Segment I'm going to talk about livestock rearing, non-vegetarian diet, meat industry. Meat industry is responsible for producing almost 20% of the greenhouse gases. If it is 5%, we can ignore that, but 20%, it is more than the whole transportation system comprised, and it is one of the biggest pollution on the planet. So what is the modern meat industry's impact on the environment? Just about every aspect of meat production, from grazing related loss of cropland and open space to the inefficiencies of feeding vast quantities of water and grain to cattle in a hungry world, to pollution from factory farms, is an environmental disaster with wide and sometimes catastrophic consequences. A United Nations study concluded that livestock is a major player in climate change, accounting for 18% of all greenhouse gas emissions measured in carbon dioxide equivalents, more than the entire transportation system we are talking about. Meat production has become a major problem because of its very success as a human food. In 1950, world meat production was 44 million pounds annually. Today it has risen fivefold to 253 million tons per year. Pork production, for instance, was less than 5 million tons annually in 1950, but it's more than 90 million tons today. The average person on the planet ate 90.3 pounds of meat in 2003, double the figure for 50 years ago. The Sierra Club says that producing 1 pound of grain-fed beef requires about 16 pounds of wheat, and as staggering as it sounds, 2,500 gallons of water. Furthermore, millions of acres of forest have been cleared worldwide to make room for the large areas of land needed for cattle grazing. In the United States, more than 260 million acres of forest have been cleared to grow crops to feed animals raised for meat, and an acre of trees appears every 8 seconds. Tropical rainforests are also being cut to create grazing land for cattle. In some cases, 55 square feet of rainforest may be destroyed to produce just 1/4 pound burger. Since trees absorb carbon dioxide, the leading greenhouse gas, this significant loss of forest contributes to global warming as well. Soil erosion is also mostly due to the meat industry, which, according to the World Watch Institute, is directly responsible for 85% of all soil erosion in the United States, because so much grain is needed to feed the animals. Livestock is fed more than 80% of the corn and 95% of the oats grown by American farmers. The world's cattle alone consume a quantity of food equal to the caloric needs of 8.7 billion people, more than the entire human population on earth. Animal waste is yet another foul outcome of our national meat obsession. It's the largest contributor to pollution in 60% of the rivers and streams classified as impaired by the EPA. Food animals, according to the EPA, produce waste at a rate of roughly 68,000 pounds per second. Major waste pollutants that make their way into our waterways include nutrients like nitrogen and phosphorus, which can cause massive fish kills, harmful bacteria and viruses, and toxic heavy metals, which are present in some commercial livestock feed. Critics also point out to the fact that meat-based diets exacerbate World hunger. Harvard nutritionist John Mayer estimates that a 10% reduction in US meat consumption would free up enough grain to feed 60 million people. Some 40% of the world's grain harvest is fed to livestock, while nearby a billion people go hungry each day. While environmental groups recognize the benefits of vegetarianism as an alternative, few recommend it for everyone. Meat loving environmentalists can look for small farms and feed livestock natural, organic diets, treat animals more humanely, and practice more sustainable land use. Thank you.